What is the word, everybody? I'm back and I got my laptop with me, so we're going to be talking about the games from last night. And oh my god, I told I told niggas in my last video that I did not care about what happened in the Pacers Bucks game because the Pacers are probably going to win. Oh my god, I was so wrong. The most entertaining game tonight was not the Pacers and Bucks. What did you think I would suddenly change my opinion because I hit the record button? No, that game was boring. Ignore the fight that Pascal Siakam almost got into and the fact that they've double tacked these motherfuckers for trash talking, which is the softest, most lame bullshit ever. And the fact that Dame came back unexpectedly because I had predicted he was going to come back in their first home game. Ignore all of that. That him and Tyrese Halliburton, the better Tyrese, by the way, were going at it and they were jawing at each other, talking that shit, wearing the number 0 and whatnot. Ignore that because the score was never close. I'm gonna be completely honest; it was never close. The Bucks cut the lead down to I think maybe 5-ish points, but they were never really close. I'm gonna be completely honest. I never for a second thought, oh my god. Sorry, when Milwaukee got it to 3, actually. When Milwaukee got it to 3 points, I never thought for a second, oh, they're gonna win the game, guys, because like right after that happened, Siakam drilled a 3. This was an NBA TV game for a reason. It is sad that Giannis is an NBA TV player apparently, but hey, I don't control the media, and my team's playing on NBA TV today too. So I don't know, man. I guess they're saying you're boring, Giannis and Donovan Mitchell. You should go and prove them wrong. Yeah, Giannis had a great game. Bobby Portis also had a really good game, and it wasn't enough because the defense was not good enough, and the Pacers outran and outgunned them. Is any of this surprising to anyone? It shouldn't be, because this is exactly what anyone with a brain would have told you would have happened to this old-ass Bucks team versus this young-ass Pacers team. By comparison, by the way. Not saying Pacers are incredibly young or something. The youngest team in the league is still OKC, by landslide. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. There's not really much more analyzing that I can do. I guess I could look at the box score and make some inferences because I was watching this game with also the OKC Memphis game at the same time, and even though everyone who I thought would win and the overdogs in the series, because none of these niggas are underdogs, have been winning this series. By the way, I do not consider the Pacers the underdog just because the fucking media has got you convinced that the Bucks are going to win this series when they're fucking not, okay? Don't the fans believe that because they finally know who the fuck Giannis is and they have no idea who's on the Pacers. I'm here to tell you the truth. They're not going to win. And if they do win, you should be surprised that they won because they're down 0-2, all right? And they're not coming back from that shit. They're going to play them in Milwaukee. If Milwaukee does not win their first game, the series is over. Fuck, if Milwaukee loses their second game in Milwaukee, the series is over. This shit is not going 7, all right? Yeah, but anyway, let me just casually pull up those statistics so I can talk to you more about basketball that I know you care about so much. And ignore that I'm trying to sound like House because my mouth is dry. Yeah, but no, I'm just fucking with you. Let's see. Let's go back to the schedule. Actually, no, wait, playoffs. Frick. I don't know how to work this website. I'm so old. Yeah. Oh, I can't find the box score. I'm so slow. Yeah, okay, let's go to the day after. What's today? What day of the week is it? It's the 23rd. Let's go to Tuesday's games real quick. Alright, yeah, no, the Pacers literally, if you, by the way, 8 points in the playoffs is not a blowout. Don't get it twisted, because you can be like, oh, certain possessions. No, but like, no, it's not enough. All right, let's look at that box score, and I'll tell you things that I might have missed while watching 2 games at once because it's tough to do that. I was watching this bad boy on my laptop. Don't ask how I was doing that. And I was watching the other game on national TV, which is the one I paid for, definitely. All right, so Kyle Kuzma responded to the haters, all the noise about him having nothing at all. In that first game, like, he had no stats. That muff ran around was Tony Snell, and it's ironic because that nigga was in a Bucks jersey too. Anyway, brother had an actual game. He showed up. This is exactly what I expect from Kyle Kuzma. 12 points, 50% shooting. He shot threes and he missed all of them. This is exactly what I expect from him. But like maybe like make 2 threes next game. Yeah, that'd be nice. Do everything that you did this game, but make 2 threes. He doesn't have any turnovers. I'm surprised. 1 assist, probably because he's a role player and he's not that impactful. Who would guess? Giannis had his usual. It's just a casual of 34, 7 and 8 and 18. Just Giannis things. I don't want to glorify him because it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. I mean, honestly, I've seen better. But I feel like we should celebrate him putting out like Shaq numbers in the playoffs. But whatever. Taurean Prince remains to be a good 3-point shooter, and that's about it. The volume is not there though. I need him to take more shots apparently because they're just not generating enough possessions for this to work, and their guard play has been better because Dame came back. By the way, 14 points from Dame. Not good enough, but I'll excuse this because blood clots. Although I don't predict him getting that much better in Milwaukee. I'm gonna be honest. And this is why I thought he was supposed to come back in Game 3, but it's not a terrible sign to see him back in Game 2. But yeah, Giannis could be looking at the trade market if this does not go well. So there's that. That's if you're a Milwaukee fan, that's bad news. But if you're a fan of a Western Conference team, it's also bad news for you because they're not going to trade him to any of these teams in the East. Which means I have to never see him again. I'm so happy. Anyway, weaker conference. Let's go. Yeah, Gary Trent Jr. Whatever game. Their role players are not that good, guys. I mean, yeah. It's literally, if you look at the stats, it's going to be like, well, I don't really see how they lost because a lot of these guys had pretty good shooting nights or did their part. It's not enough. It just isn't not enough, and it shows that it's not enough because despite them scoring 115 points, they gave up 123 points. That's not how you win games, guys. Well, that's enough of that. There's no need to talk about what the Pacers. What did they do? So what did they do to be so successful, right, guys? That's what we're so concerned about. Pascal Siakam was Pascal Siakam last night with 24 points and 24, 3, and 11. Yeah, that seems like a Pascal Siakam game. He got 3 steals, which is actually really good. I did not know that he had 3 steals. I was watching 2 games at once. It was pretty hard to do it. Obi Toppin had a very good game. I thought he shot more threes. But I was wrong apparently. Obi Toppin, by the way, Obi Toppin had a good game for Obi Toppin. Not a great game, guys. That'd be insane. Siakam was good. I don't remember anything bad about Obi Toppin. I think TJ McConnell could have been better. He hit some timely shots, but his field goal percentage is pretty bad. Thomas Bryant played Thomas Bryant minutes and did what he was supposed to do. Jarris Walker, I didn't even know who this guy was going into the season. I know who he is now, guys. Come on. Tyrese Halliburton is the thing that we're here to talk about because like he and Siakam are the only stars on this team. And then we'll probably talk about Miles Turner, aka God. He's been in trade talks so long that you should probably give up on getting him. It's not gonna happen. All right, so what do I have to say about this guy? Let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. What do I have to say? He just put up 21, 12. What? That's 3 turnovers. Now, the turnovers could have been lower, not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean, typical Tyrese Halliburton game, looking like Chris Paul, and also his offense was pretty good today. Now, I wish he would have made one more three instead of, 3 of 10, but I mean, the threes that he hit were really big threes, and they were also the right. Remember when I was talking about him going back and forth with Dame? These were the moments of the game where he was going back and forth with Dame. Those threes. He didn't hit any threes after that. By the way, he had like a monster jam, and I was just, look, Halliburton is tall enough to dunk. Halliburton is athletic enough to dunk. Nigga, I have never seen Tyrese Halliburton just yam that bitch. The fuck? That shit was crazy. There was nobody there. Don't get it twisted. But that was insane to me. Alright, let's talk about the game that people care about. Alright, did Shai have a bounce back game? Well, he had 27 points. And now you might be saying, well, if Shai had 27 points, why are you talking about it so condescendingly? Like, it wasn't that good of a game. Well, I think Shai shot way too many fucking threes last night. Shai shot 10 threes. Shai is not supposed to shoot 10 threes, in my opinion. Shai, you should be trying to get your regular season shit together. The shit that you did in the regular season, replicate that in the playoffs. What's going on? It might be because Zach Edey is in the paint a lot, and it's hard to drive to the rim, but it's Shai, and I don't believe that because I've seen him do it to Edey before, and I know he can do it in the postseason. It is not going to be harder for him to do. He averages the most drives to the rim, and this is in a league that has Ja in it. He averages the most drives to the rim. That's more than Giannis. That's more than Ja Morant. That's more than LeBron James. That's more than, like, please, like, that's crazy, actually. That's more than even Luka this year. Now, I think Luka had most drives to the rim last year, but a lot of his drives to the rim don't result in him going and getting that layup or him zigging and zagging to get a mid-range shot. They kind of result in him getting to the basket and gnashing, faking like he's gonna gnash, and then getting into his fadeaway, which is different. I know I just described the same thing, but they're really different. They look different. They're happening at a different pace as well. Yeah, I just think Shai shot way too many threes for a shot to be not on. And it really tanked his field goal percentage because he only shot 35. He shot 35%. I'm running that up. From the thing, and he didn't draw as many free throws as he should, in my opinion. 27 points from him, not bad, obviously, because it's Shai. They were only playing him in spurts, and it probably made his rhythm a little bit hard, but because they're not forcing it. But I think Shai needs to show signs of life now in this series and be ready and not ready instead of rested. I would rather him be ready instead of rested going into the next series, because I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me think. Lay down a little bit to think. Hold on. They're the 1 seed, so they would play the 4th seed or the 5th seed. Yeah, I'd rather him be well rested for the inevitable Clippers and or Nuggets series that will follow this. I said Clippers first because that's the team who I believe should win and how they should pull off in this performance. I already told you about what they did yesterday, so if you didn't see that video, go watch it. Yeah, everyone was shooting a lot of threes this game. I would say that outside of Shai, everyone shot the amount of threes that they were supposed to shoot, because Shai shooting 10 threes and only hitting and he wasn't. It's not. By the way, I'm not shitting on the idea of Shai shooting threes. I'm shitting on the idea of Shai shooting threes when he clearly does not have the three-pointer going, and the fact that he is a great driver, can get to the rim at will, and the fact that he has a silky smooth mid-range game, that he didn't make an appearance this game. Like, what was that about? That wasn't your game. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, everyone else played pretty good, though, in my opinion. Jalen Williams is not going to shoot amazing from three. I know that. And Lu Dort also is looking... Hey, bro, if you do what you did last year in the playoffs, we're going to have to start having discussions about you being a fake 3-and-D player, bro. Because your defense is great. But I don't even really want to talk about Memphis, because I'm going to be honest. They were not in this game. They were never in this game. They got the lead down to, I think, 8. And this goes back to my point that I had with the Bucks earlier. You can cut that lead down all you want. If I don't believe you can win, if you don't believe you can win, and I don't believe you can win, you're not going to win. Let me say something really quickly. Ja had a much better game than he did in the first game. That being said, this is still a dog game in my opinion. It is the same thing with Shai. The difference is they really needed Ja to come up and perform. I'm gonna be honest. I think Bane had a better game than him, and Bane had less points. And his 3-point percentage is bad. Don't get it twisted. It is even worse than Morant's, but that's because he took one more three, dog. That's why I'm sitting there like, percentages do not tell you everything. You got to look at everything else. I watched the game, and I can tell you that he had a better game than Ja. The shots. By the way, his shot selection made sense. Ja's percentages here are looking really bad because he took a lot of dumbass, bullshit ass shots, and he got stuck in the air sometimes, and he just didn't know where he was supposed to do. And the sets they were running, they were too Ja centric. The offense that they ran throughout the year that was less Ja centric, which is the reason why Taylor Jenkins got fired, even though they were planning to fire him clearly if they didn't have a really, really, really successful season this year. They were the second seed for the most season, by the way. I just want to point that out. If they didn't have a really, really successful season. Scottie Pippen Jr. has a defensive liability. Zach Edey has been a defensive liability and also really bad on offense. And even though he's not taking that many shots, they really miss Jalen Wells a lot. John Conchar. I know how to pronounce his name. Jesus Christ. Played about the amount of minutes you expect from him. Santi Aldama was a rare bright spot in this game. Honestly, again though, they weren't perfect and they needed to be so much better to get to really even have a chance of winning the game, and they never did. By the way, the best player on the team, Jaren Jackson Jr. last night, he didn't force any shots. He took the amount of shots that I think he should take, made the amount of shots that I think he should make. His 26 points were really good and efficient. And also when I was watching the game, he did about as well as he could. His defense wasn't terrible, in my opinion. I think he could have been better, obviously, because, look what OKC did to them. But, hey, I mean, OKC is going to do that to you guys. Surprise! OKC's really good. They won 68 games for a reason. Yeah, let's talk about the game that everyone's clearly here to talk about because, if you're an NBA guy or an NBA gal or an NBA they, them, don't know how that would wind up in my demographic, but hey, an NBA they, them, you probably want to hear about the Lakers game. Well, remember when I told you, so I don't know what's going on in the West, but a lot of these games have been, I am not about to play for NBA idea. A lot of these games have been rock fights. And I don't mean that as in the fact that, they were throwing things at people in the arena. I just mean that, normally when in the playoffs, at least in the year of 2025, I'm expecting 120 to be put on each other's head because I think it would be funny, and that's how good offensive are at this point in time. Maybe even 110. Those are like AR-15 fights or nuclear bomb fights. If you're both under 100 points, that's a rock fight. That's a hardcore unga bunga I love 90s basketball game. And what do I have to say about that? So let's see real quick. I remember how I said, like I've said for the last two teams, there was a team that was winning from the jump, right? And they never looked back, and there was never a chance for the other team to come back, except this one rare instance, where they cut the lead down to a little teeny bit to make you think, if you were a fan of that team, that is, that, oh my goodness, they can win this. They can do this. And then reality set in as they never even came close, to be quite honest. Yeah, that was this game. Again. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Lakers handled their business. Now, unlike a lot of the other games that I was talking about, a 9-point lead is... What's going on? That was an 8-point lead in Milwaukee. My fault. Well, Indiana, but you know the teams we're talking about. Yeah, this was never a game where they could have won. They played Rudy Gobert completely off the floor because he only played 28 minutes, which I thought would happen. Luka was going at that nigga like his life depended on it, and to be honest, their playoff life does depend on it. I'm gonna be completely honest. The reason that these guys were never even in the game is because they were in foul trouble, and they were having really bad and dumb fouls, like really dumb physical fouls that make you go, hey, what's going on with the coaching? Why is this happening? I think Randall's fine. If I want to shit on anyone, before I go and shit on anyone, Randall. Let's see, Julius Randall. He was 19 to 17, so that's a little bit over 50%. 2 for 4 from 3. I think he needed more of a volume, and he needed to. Yeah, it's really just a more volume thing. 27 points. I'm not gonna shit on Randall. He had a good game. Randall had a good game. He played good defense on LeBron, to be quite honest. Very similar to his performance in Game 1. I did not think that was gonna hold up, but it did. That's nice. Julius Randall is better in the playoffs than I thought. Maybe it was the Knicks that was holding him back in the playoffs. That's a joke. You should laugh. Smile. I'm not gonna ask again. Mike Conley did what I think his best impression of a scarecrow is, because that nigga did nothing. Bro did nothing. Like, actually. 0 for 5. 0 for 3. Let's see how many turnovers did he have. 1 turnover. He only played 21 minutes, similar to Rudy Gobert. Actually, less than Rudy Gobert, even. This nigga should not be playing in playoff basketball anymore. He is too old. He should be sitting on the sideline coaching Rob Dillingham through his first playoff series, because this is... I feel disrespect that they got this nigga out there playing over me. Me personally, if I'm Rob Dillingham, I am P.O.'d. P.O.'d, dog. Ain't no way he should be playing over me. Jaden McDaniels had fooled all of you niggas into thinking that he was a shooter. Oh. I told niggas that it was a shooting variance game. Now, I'm not gonna lie, not the Pistons. Oof, they're not the Pistons, but they might as well be the Pistons, to be quite honest, if you think about it. The Wolves still have a chance at winning this series. But it ain't gonna happen in LA. So, what they need to do is recuperate. They need to come back better. Donte DiVincenzo needs to also play more minutes. Don't know what that was about. Thinking out in foul trouble. Everyone on this team was in foul trouble. Like, everyone. And it's not even just a free throw discrepancy across the team. Like, I'm looking at the free throw percentage, and it's like, because they were fouling the fuck out of them. It's not like, yeah, and let's talk about Luka's numbers, because those were really good, actually, and he was the only player that played really good last game for the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka, let's see, in his minutes. By the way, the DFS and Brewery and these other and Gabe Vincent, these players who I'm gonna quote as the X factors on this Lakers team, they showed up and they won the game. Is anyone surprised? You put your hand down, Steven. Yeah, 31. Oh, God. 4 turnovers. I would love to see that go down, because that's too many, in my opinion. 31, 4, and 12. Yeah, like, I said 4. 31, 9, and 12. Luka numbers. I don't know what to tell you. The shot selection was there. He hit the shots. Now, 45% for the field is pretty low, but let's be honest. But that's also, I would like to point this out. Normally, guys, when you see this many shots taken from a star player, I want you to look at their free throws attempted as well. This likely means that they were getting fouled a lot. If I remember correctly, he didn't have a lot of and ones. So, yeah, the field goal percentage is going to look like that. So, yeah. By the way, Jackson Hayes was terrible in this game. I went into the series thinking that he wasn't going to get that many minutes, and I'm not surprised. He was having some really, like, dumb, low IQ play, in my opinion. But that's pretty much what I expected from him, so. And no, I'm not saying Jackson Hayes is stupid. I am saying it looked like he was not ready for this moment and undercoached for this moment. I am not saying that JJ is a bad coach. I am not going to spend my time developing Jackson Hayes either if I'm JJ Redick. There's much more important things on the roster to worry about, like getting a big next year. Like getting a real big. He wasn't even good in the spurts. He took only 2 shots. Last game he missed all of his shots, so I guess that's an improvement. But no, he's not a playoff player for a reason. He shouldn't be in the rotation. Honestly, I think Goodwin should get more minutes than him. Try running DFS as your 5. Try running Rui at your 5. Any of those guys, because you're going to have to play small ball throughout this entire playoffs. And when you run into OKC, inevitably, it's probably chopped. It's probably chopped. Not gonna lie. LeBron had a pretty good game, all things considered. Because of his defense, not because of his offense. 21 points is not enough for me. The 11 rebounds was good, and let's see, its assist. Wasn't really getting as involved. How many turnovers? 2. They're fine. LeBron can average more assists. He's not the primary ball handler anymore, so yeah, that's probably not going to happen as often. It's Luka's team. It is Luka's team. Don't get it twisted, guys. It is Luka's team. LeBron is playing on it, okay? Okay, thank you. Yeah, but the role players hit their threes and whatnot. What do I have to say about Austin Reeves? Austin Reeves had a really good, efficient 16 points. I would like to see that go up to 18 at the minimum. I would like to see that be in around 20-ish. I don't think the efficiency will hold up, though, because 50% from the field is crazy. By the way, he had 50% from the field while not hitting any of his threes, so I don't expect that to continue. I think he'll hit his threes next game, so... Yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say. If you want some really good advice, and this is some really good advice, guys, really good advice, and you want to become a millionaire next game, put 30,000 bands on Bronny James scoring 30 points, and I'll see you. I'll be there to collect your check. And if it doesn't hit, I never told you to do it. So yeah, great advice, by the way. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, tell me why you didn't like the video in the comment section. If you did like the video, tell me why you liked it in the comment section. And yeah, subscribe, all of that YouTuber nonsense, and bye.